Hey, welcome all to my channel, this is Ferocious. Now, a quick thing here is I've broken this series of videos on how to use FinViz in terms of finding swings, volumes, and long-term investments into 3 videos. Now, make sure to watch them all, they're very beneficial, but the basics of these ones can be translated to any of them. If you would like to watch them, they are in a playlist, or you can just search them quickly into my channel. I'll try to add them in the description once they're all done. Today I'm going to be covering the last part of the video that is relating towards long-term investment. Now I'm using FinViz for this purpose. I covered previously in the last 2 videos how to use a volume scanner. Well, not a volume scanner in general, but how to scan for stocks that have good volume. And then the next thing is a swing trading. Now this one here next is what we call for long-term investment. So let's jump right into this one. So for long-term investment, it's a little bit different. Here's where you start looking into fundamentals. Short-term and volume, yes, you can do technicals. Long-term, you want to really focus on fundamentals. Now, some different types of traders have different kind of tolerances. For me, I like to look for undervalued. So price over sales, I usually want to look at something under 2. And right off the bat, you get to see we really drop down in terms of what's available to us. Price over book is also under 2. That's what I want to look at. Now, the next thing as well I want to have is the price over cash. I want to be able to make sure that the price over cash, let's say, is perhaps under 3 there. I want to know they have more cash than they have the prices at. So the next thing here, well, I know it's under 3, but I think that's a good balance in general. I don't want it to be, preferably under 1 is nice. Now, price over free cash flow, let's say under 10. I don't want something to burn into my cash or my investment in general. Now, there's other things that people love to do. There's other different indicators that they love to do, whether it's debt to equity, return on equity in terms of general, right? There's a lot of different things, and the more things you have, the tighter your investment is. It all depends on your risk value. My risk value is I really care about the price per sales and price per book. And the next thing here is as well price per earnings if you're interested in that, but let's just for the sake of the argument move on in here. So this one here, I'm interested to look at it because the chart looks a little bit interesting. The next thing, I don't want something that's going parabolic percent, but I also want something to basically hold its value. Now usually I don't want a penny stock to invest in a longer term, so we'll do over 5. Right off the bat you have 91 shares. The only reason I'm saying penny stocks they're a little bit more risky. They're usually not very good in long-term investment. There's a lot of exceptions here and there, but usually what I'm looking at, these exceptions are usually held off from the market really good. Well, so we can start looking, okay, which industries these are. Insurance, I'm not sure. Airports and air services, maybe. Let's take a look at that later on. Airport interest. So this is Atlas Airwide Holdings. Okay. We're looking down to whole different ones. Say, okay, A&F. This is retail. Might be something interesting there. It depends on what kind of retail that is. This is a bank. Banks are usually the worst in terms of economy when economy's hit, so I'm gonna stay away from that. This is a broadcasting in terms of media. Okay, I'm interested to see what they have. This is electronic components. So I'm interested to see what electronic components they have. And then you keep going down and further and double check on different tickers. Ford is on here. Okay, I'm interested to see what Ford is. Some of these names you'll be able to recognize. Some you might want to look into it a bit more. So I do recognize some, not all, and that is going to be normal. Goldman Sachs. Okay, I'm interested to see what that is. Goodyear tires. Everyone needs tires. They're a good brand name. Honda, I don't know. I can double check, but the chart doesn't look that good, but it looks a little bit stable nonetheless. HRTG, Heritage, nope. iHeartMedia. Okay, I'll take a look at iHeartMedia. We're all at home. Oryx, KT, Coca-Cola, FEMSA, Liberty Global. Okay, so you get to see the point, right? So we're going to move on with one of them. So for this one here, taking a quick look, Atlas Airwide Holdings. Okay, the price over book is 69 cents. Price over sales is 50 cents. They took a massive beating. Their sales is around $3 billion. Their income is negative. I want to look into their previous income. Was it positive before? And for that, I go to my favorite website. Well, not really, but you know. AAWW, taking a quick look. I want to look into their previous financials, pre-COVID, taking a quick look into financials in general. Also, I do love to confirm here on statistics whether the statistics were actually accurate in FinViz. Sometimes they're not. All right, so we're going to do quickly. Actually, we're going to do annual. I'm not interested in 2020. Total revenue has been somewhat stable. Their cost of revenue has been increasing. I want to look at their net revenue. Were they actually in profit before? Now, their net income or net interest income. Okay, so that has been negative for a while. Net income has been negative. Okay, I'm not liking this one. I'm not sure why it's continuously negative. Could be something they're actually doing there. Taking a quick look into their balance sheet. What about their assets? Are they holding their assets? 5.3 billion, but their total debt is around 2.9. They can pay off their assets, but the revenue they're burning through cash. You know, I'm not interested in a company that is burning off cash with a market cap this massive, around 1.5 billion. So, this one, out. Next thing, AER. Another airport one is around $4.5 billion. Their income is marginal, 17.3. Their price over sales is 1.31, and price over book is 63 cents. Different news, of course, before investing in any stock, I'll be making sure to leave no rock unturned through the SEC filing. If you haven't gone through before, Fintel.io is really amazing in terms of finding these stocks. Or sorry, looking into SEC filings. So, I want to look into quickly their financials, and taking a quick look, you get to see their cost of revenue has been decreasing, which is amazing. The revenue has been increasing up to 2019. 2020, we still don't have that, but it looks like it's stable in general. Their net income looks like it has been a bit negative, so I understand that. At the same time, it does look like it's stable, and maybe a few changes here and there can fix that up. Remember, they're only around 17 million in terms of loss for what their sales is around 4.5 billion or 4.6 billion dollars, which is marginal. So I'll keep that in mind just for the time being. Of course, I'm trying to look at the best stocks and trying to diversify my investments. Consumer cycle. Now, I want to know which one this is, so I'll go on quickly on their website. What do they do? Of course, we're going to do that with everyone. I haven't heard about this brand before. It is an American apparel retail. Okay, so probably that's why I'm Canadian. I want to look at their sales. I want to look at what their fashion sense is in general. Are they fashion relevant or not? That's important when you're looking at it. What kind of audience they tailor for. And see, in long-term investments are a lot harder than short-term, especially if you're thinking of a market crash. Okay, so the next thing you want to look in terms is financials again, taking a quick look at their books. Are their books converging? Are they almost going back to income? That's some of the things you want to look at. Now, preferably, you want a positive income. But you get to see a lot of these ones with the price over sales is 23 cents and price over book is 50 cents. A lot of them are really quite low, I mean, in terms of income. You want to look at the cash per shares available. You want to make sure that is available more in terms of price than the actual price of the shares or the book price itself. So the book price for this one is 1952. So you get to see it's 982. Perhaps it is undervalued, and you want to go on and checking this one here. This is a media company. Let's take a quick look. Okay, what do they do? What kind of events? Are they more about concerts? I mean, right off the bat. Well, when is the next conference or concert we're going to have, really and realistically? How many people are comfortable going to conferences? To concerts, my bad, etc. This one here, I said it's interesting because electronics, it's income positive. Price over book is 78 cents. Price over sales is 19 cents. People might have actually forgotten about this one right off completely. I want to take a quick look into this one here and try to understand, well, what do they actually sell? So, services, okay, it looks like smart energy, industrial services, logistics and fulfillment. It looks like, is this more of a general solution? I think I've seen this company before, and I want to look into their presentation and give it a bit more understanding on what they sell. If it's anything related to EV, it's a solid investment. Anything related to maybe automotive that can be related to EV, it's probably solid. You want to look at the previous incomes as well. Currently, they're $8.47. Their cash per share is $3.43. That's a dangerous there. because they might need more cash. Price over book is 1085. It is very close to what we're seeing right now, around 78, but their sales look good. So you'll keep that. I'll keep that one. Ford, really bad income. Price over book is 118, 30 cents. Cash per share is 1109. It's sitting at 983. It's a little bit dangerous, and I don't know. I'm gonna skip it. Plus, every Ford car I had was a disaster. So Goldman Sachs Core, price over book is $1.32. Okay, they're income positive. They're capital market. I might want to look a little bit into this one here. Actually, I'm very interested. Did they give themselves a buy rating? No. Anyway, so basically that is how I do my long-term investment. And a lot of it is going back to SEC filing. There we go. So let's do quickly. Which one did we say that I'm interested in? Was it CMLS? No, it was CLS. CLS, okay. So we're going to do CLS quickly. And I'll click enter here. Just give me a second. It's loading up. And then basically what I'm going to be doing is just really diving through every single thing I could find about it. So I'll go quickly towards SEC filings. And then from there, I'll basically go to overview and open every single one I can in the last 2 years and see if there's anything interesting for this one and what the future is. If I'm convinced and I can convince someone else, then it's definitely something that I can invest in. Now, what do you think about all the strategies, and what other scanners would you like to see? Make sure to mention down in the comments below, subscribe, leave vacations on, and have a wonderful day.